Welcome to the Averett Sports Network. My name is Eddie Glenn, joined by Raven Johnson for USAC Women's Lacrosse action. As both teams come up to get their sticks checked right before the game, we're going to take a break and we'll bring you the starting lineups after the national anthem, and then we'll get the game underway. So we're back here at the Averett Sports Network just before the national anthem. We're going to bring you the starting lineups of each team again. My name is Eddie Glenn, joined by Raven Johnson. And Raven, you having some insight on the Greensboro starting lineup.
For Greensboro, starters are number 3, Murphy Davis, number 4, Lane Walston, number 6, Stephanie Roba, if I'm incorrect, number 8, Natalie Ritchie, number 9, Mackenzie Flemings, number 10, Daria Johnson, number 11, Peyton Joyce, number 12, Cheyenne Laviere, number 14, Madison Blashaw, number 16, Elizabeth Carr, number 18, Carol Whitston, number 23, Stephanie Carr.
And a formidable lineup. And number 23, Stephanie Carr, is going to be a person in goal for Greensboro. And so now it's time for the starting lineup for the Averett University women's lacrosse team. Starting us off will be number 2, Cassidy Felt. Number 3, Haley Boardway. Number 10, freshman Brooke Smith. Number 12, senior dual sport athlete Alexis Rosia. Number 14, Zasia Lewis. Number 16, sophomore Abby Taylor. 18 is Shayla Johnson. 19, Caroline Earl. 20, Rachel Hale. 21, Gabby Porter. 24, Elizabeth Peasley. And 25, in goal, Brianne Sawall. And Raven, some players to watch out for. Shayla Johnson had a hat trick in her last game against Piedmont. And Zasia Lewis got a hat trick and one. So she had 4 goals in that last game against Piedmont. But looking down the list here, Elizabeth Peasley and Shayla Johnson are absolute goal-scoring machines. Elizabeth Peasley has 13 and Shayla Johnson has 11. So definitely no stranger to the back of the net are these two women. Very talented at getting into scoring position and then finishing. And then her teammates on the back end are very good at setting them up to get them in that scoring position. So women's lacrosse USAC action between the Greensboro Pride and your Averett University Cougars. So, Raven, we're going to take one more quick break, bring you the national anthem, and then we'll bring you the start off to this game. So, welcome back here one more time to the Averett Sports Network, where we're going to set up for the draw. I believe this is going to be Elizabeth Peasley going up against Natalie Ritchie of Greensboro for the draw as we start the first 30 minutes of action here. And it looks like Greensboro will get control, so Ritchie with the ball now. Moving into the attacking half of her field. Ball man moved around well by Greensboro at the start of this game. Averett doesn't want to give anything up early. Greensboro comes in 1-2 so far on the year. Averett 1-3, 1-2 in USAC competition. Greensboro, this is their first conference game. And a nice body check there. And that shot whips just past the goal, and ball will go to Averett. So here's Rachel Hale. Going to look to bring the ball in. Over to Sawwall she goes. Sawwall over to Boardway. Boardway to Rosia. Rosia able to control the ball finally, and here she goes. Cradling, sprinting down the middle of the field. Untouched. Rosia. And she will get stick checked, and she will get a free position.
Wow, she moves just as fast as she does on the basketball court.
And maybe even a little bit faster. Now that she has a little bit more room to open up. Rosia letting her stride go early in this game. So free position here for Rosia. Going to look to capitalize early. And that shot was saved by Carr. And so here's Greensboro the other way now. And again, this is Ritchie moving with the ball. She passes it over. And down the sideline goes to Pride. Walston gives it over to Whitson. Whitson back over to Ritchie. Ritchie looking for some help. She's defended by Abby Taylor. Ritchie making a move towards goal. Moving in closer. And she puts it in the back of the net, but there was a whistle blown. And the goal will go. So 1-0 Ritchie with the first goal of the game. And the first goal for Greensboro. That does make it 1-0 again in the first 3 minutes of action. And here for the second draw of the game will be Cassidy Felt stepping up for the Cougars and trying to scramble around and get the ball. I believe the Cougars will control the draw. And this is Elizabeth Peasley on the run now. Peasley with some wheels on her. So Peasley again moving into the attacking half. Still cradling the ball. Moving traffic around the field the way she wants it. Ball over to Porter. Porter with 6 goals on the year herself. Able to squeak in and put a couple in the back of the net. And this is Boardway battling for the ball. And that was Porter with the attempt at goal. Didn't go, but Averett does get the ball back. And I believe that this is Rosia running again, untouched. And trying to get another shot. Here's Rosia. Rosia with wheels on her, showing she can absolutely run. And like you mentioned earlier, speedy on the basketball court. And it does translate well to the football, or to the lacrosse field, excuse me. So Rosia with another free position look at goal. Greensboro closes in, and Rosia puts it in the back of the net. And this will be Rosia's 6th goal of the season. And Raven, the funny thing about that is that Rosia didn't come in until the 3rd game of the year. So this is her 3rd game so far, and she's already got 6 goals on the year. So just over 2 goals a game. Rosia coming in and making an impact on this team. And Rosia getting buckets on the court and goals on the field.
I'm sure she'd love to hear you say that.
Ball up after the draw. And that's Rosia collecting the ball and turning on the wheels now. Again, back towards goal. Rosia goes. She gets the ball and she thinks goal immediately. And Rosia puts it in the back of the net.
And she drops her stick.
Wasting no time to put the ball in the net again. She got it off of the draw and just sprinted towards goal and got another one. Her 2nd of the game, 7th on the year.
It's funny.
So 2-1, Averett leads. Averett looking for their first victory against Greensboro in program history. This will be the 8th time they've met against Greensboro, but have never beat Greensboro. And Greensboro wins the draw this time, and this is Ritchie. And Ritchie moving into an attacking position. Ritchie over to Joyce. Joyce moving the ball around with her team pretty well. Joyce almost losing the ball there. She does get it over to Ritchie. And now Greensboro making some moves towards goal. Back to Joyce they go. Joyce juking and jiving in the middle of the field there. And I believe she was fouled. And here's Joyce trying to sneak that ball in there, but it looks like Averett and Rachel Hale will pick up control if she can get to it, but no, Greensboro gets it finally. And so with the ball again is Ritchie. Ritchie, a senior midfielder out of Hampstead, Maryland. out of North Carroll High School. Looks like the referees have an issue with the clock. Try and get it under control. So 24-45 remaining in this first half. We've already seen 3 goals. And when Averett shows up to Averett, when they play at home, they put up a lot of goals. The highest goal number for them at home is 17. But moving down the field now is number 10, Brooke Smith. And Brooke Smith has some wheels on her. She tries to go over to Zasia Lewis. Lewis trying to find Porter. And Peasley's shot ricochets off the bar. And will land into the stick of Carr. But great shot from Peasley, moving across the face of the goal. Able to get that shot off across her body. So here's Rossier running after the ball. Not able to get to it. So Averett ball after it goes out of bounds. And into Abby Taylor they go. Across to Peasley. Peasley. In the middle of the field there. I think that was Porter that Peasley was trying to find. But intercepted by Greensboro. And off to the races now is number 16, Elizabeth Carr. She's moving. And Greensboro trying to keep this attack up. And I believe that there's going to be a timeout called by Greensboro. So 22:46 left in the half. 2-1. Your Cougars lead it. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. And we're back after the timeout break. 2-1. Your Cougars lead it early on in this ball game. And so Greensboro will start us off. So Greensboro making a move towards goal. And I believe that there was a foul called. So this is number 18, Kara Whitson, putting it in the back of the net off the pre-position look. And that will tie it up 2-2, 22-28 left in this first half. Back at midfield for the draw is the Cougars and the Pride, and Richie winning the draw again for her team. Greensboro with a lot of motion in front of goal. And that's Richie. Shot saved by Sawwall. Sawwall looking for some help. She can't find anything. Nothing in particular that she likes. And so here's Zasia Lewis for the Cougars, and she loses the ball. So Richie will be fouled by Lewis. But back on the move is Greensboro. And the Cougars able to stop it. And so here's Gabby Porter on the move now. Porter moving around back behind goal. And she's looking for some help. Defended well. Defense close, playing tight to her. Not wanting to give her an inch of space, so she gives it over to Peasley. Porter to Lewis. Lewis to Peasley. Peasley. They go back over to Porter. Back to Lewis. Cougars being very patient. 10 seconds on the play clock, though. So Peasley will make a move towards goal, and she puts it in the back of the net. Elizabeth Peasley, her 14th goal of the season. And that will make it 3-2. Your Cougars lead in this ballgame. So 3-2 is the score. 19:28 left in the first half. So ball will go to Averett after Rosia was fouled there trying to get the ball. So Rosia on the move now, trying to go across face of her defender. So Rosia will get the ball again. Off to Johnson. Johnson. Cross face to Boardway. Boardway to Taylor. Taylor. Move around behind goal. She gives it over to Porter. Porter trying to make a move towards goal. So Lewis able to get that ground ball back intact, back in possession for Averett. And so Lewis, her free position shot doesn't go. But Averett able to retain possession, so back to the action. Porter quickly trying to make a move. So ball will go to Greensboro after it travels out of bounds. And so this is number 4, Lainey Walton. And Greensboro almost had a free scoring position there, but didn't. Not able to hold on to it. So here's Rachel Hale. Over to Abby Taylor. Taylor able to hold on to it. Here's Asia Lewis now. Lewis.
Ooh.
Making her defender fall there with some nice shifty moves. So the Cougars able to hold ball in their attacking half. That ball gets above Peasley. And I believe that they will say that Brooke Smith stepped across that line. And that was offsides as she was trying to box her defender out. And so here's Smith on the run now. And Boardway, excuse me. Boardway was fouled. So here's Averett with the ball again. Carolina Earl. So it looks like Earl still has the ball, but some issues with the clock. And so Greensboro coming up with the ball. So Greensboro now in their attacking half. Again, Greensboro, a lot of motion in front of goal. I believe a push would be called on Averett. So that would mean a free position look for Greensboro. Be Madison Blashaw. And Blashaw's shot is saved. She had a lot of power behind that shot, but Sawall able to catch it. This is Taylor with the ball. She goes over to Lewis. Lewis moving towards middle of the field. Spinning. And that shot just goes right past the bar. So Averett will get the ball back after it goes out of bounds on the shot. And that pass almost ends up in the back of the net. But Carr able to hold on to it. So here's Greensboro advancing down the field now. So score is still 3-2. Averett out in front. That pass scooped up by Sawall. And she goes to Rosia. And here's Rosia now. Moving down the field. Takes the contact, does Rosia. And a hard stick check will have Rosia lose the ball. Ball goes back to Averett. So into the game will be Rosa Morales. Gabby Porter. Shot no good, but it ricochets. Like it ricocheted off a car. So this is Greensboro advancing now. Under 10 minutes to go. 3-2, Cougars lead. And Greensboro's shot saved by Sawall. And to Porter, and Porter going across the face of the defense. She finds Boardway. Boardway with a spin move, and she's just going to play conservative. So here's Rosia. Rosia will not play conservative, and that shot just goes right past the goal. So here's the Cougars moving the ball around, trying to get into a goal scoring position there, in the attacking position now. Want to get a good look at goal. And Lewis losing her defender. Shot goes off the goal and out of bounds, so ball will remain with Averett. And that play clock was moving. So the Pride with the ball. Ball almost stolen by Averett there. Here's Ritchie moving down the field. Lays it off to Whitson. Whitson. Across to Walston. Back into the net of Ritson. So Sawall looking for a person to pass it to so Averett can possibly put up another goal or two before halftime. Just over 6 minutes before the halftime break. Sowell doesn't like what she sees, but she's going to have to get something off soon. Just over 30 seconds on the play clock. And she gives it a heave down the field. And Greensboro will come up with the ball. So Greensboro moving down the field efficiently here. So we move under 5 minutes to play. 3-2. Cougars lead it. And Greensboro, shot saved by Sowell. And I believe that was Richie on the shot.
Oh, man.
So Greensboro will pick up possession again. And a goal by number 14, Madison Blashaw, the freshman out of Raleigh, North Carolina, ties the ball game up. 4:18 left in the first half, and it is 3-3. Back in a draw position. Peasley for the Cougars, and Richie will look like she would have won it, but came out of her stick there. So this is number 11, Peyton Joyce, with the ball. And that was Richie. Almost had a clean look at goal. Moving across the face of the goal. So Richie will get a free position. Look at goal. 3-3 again. Greensboro can take the lead here. And Richie will put it in the back of the net. That will make it 4-3. Richie able to give her team the lead. So there was a timeout called on the field. 3:43 remaining in the first half. And it looks like Coach Kelly Ryan will try and draw something up to get her team back on the board and back in the lead before halftime. Peasley on the draw for the Cougars. A whole lot of stick checking and body checking going on, so Greensboro will get the ball. Joyce moving like she was going to make a move towards goal. They go over to Walston. Walston moves across the face of the defense. And that's Walston able to get a goal. So Greensboro putting up 3 quick goals in the last 10 minutes of this half. Gives them a 2-goal lead on the half. So Walston makes it 5-3 for the Pride. Peasley and Joyce up for the draw for their respective teams. And Greensboro will win the draw. And so here's the Cougars now, and they're going to look to get at least one more goal before this half ends. We have seen that they can score in bunches. So the 2-minute warning. And Greensboro will get the ball back. And this is Blashaw with the ball. 90 seconds remaining in the half. 70 on the play clock. Sawall able to hold on to the ball. So just over 40 seconds remaining in this first half. That means there's more time on the play clock than there is in the half. 30 seconds remaining as the Cougars have to get something off if they want to score before this half ends. 25 to go. We move under 20 seconds remaining. Down the field. And this is Peasley. 2-on-2. And Peasley puts it in the back of the net with 1.7 remaining in the half. That makes it 5-4. Peasley the goal scoring machine for the Cougars. That's her 15th goal of the season. And what a time. And they will probably throw this ball up after the draw, and the buzzer will sound. So the first half ends 5-4. Pride out in front. We're going to take a quick halftime break, and we'll be back with the second half of action.
back as Greensboro gets the ball. I understand that our camera is not working at the moment. I apologize for the technical difficulties. We're going to try and get that back for you guys. I know right now you guys can't see, but Greensboro is currently moving the ball around pretty well, being very patient as they lose it.
And we're back here. I want to apologize for the technical difficulties. Once more, the camera froze and to restart the system. So 6-4 is the score. Greensboro did put a goal up in that time. So here's Joyce. Looked like she was going to move towards goal. And here's Richie. I believe that's Cassidy Felt getting fouled. And Richie comes off the field. Looks like she was hurt on that play and upset she didn't get the foul call. So here's Smith moving towards goal. Again, another issue with the clock, trying to let it run a little bit. And Elizabeth Peasley putting a shot towards goal, but ricocheted off of Carol, I believe, or Carr, excuse me. And so on the move is Greensboro, and I believe this is Daria Johnson. And Joyce takes the contact. Ball will go back to Averett. So here we go with Boardway. And that ball was ricocheted. It looked like they might have been able to find Shayla Johnson in the middle by herself. And had that been the case, she most likely would have put the ball in the back of the net. But ball was intercepted by Greensboro. So just over 24 minutes as we inch under remaining in the second half, in the game rather. 6-4, Greensboro leads it. Cougars have to get on the move. So Greensboro trying to increase the lead by one more. And Joyce will hit the ground. And that will be a goal. And I believe that's Joyce with the goal for Greensboro. That makes it 7-4, 23:08 remaining in the ballgame. So here's Richie with the ball. She goes over to Kara Whitson. And there's Richie cutting through the defense. Again, looking for a foul, I think, but not getting one. Greensboro with a lot of motion in front of Sawall. And Richie's shot saved by Sawall. So 7-4, 21 minutes remaining. Cougars have to get something going. So here's Peasley with the ball. Peasley moving towards goal. So a foul call ball will remain with Averett. Richie again upset with the call. So here's Peasley. Porter. So here's Asia Lewis. Now she goes over to Porter. And Porter trying to send a shot towards goal, but she was stick checked and didn't get the opportunity. Greensboro will get the ball now. Here's Ritchie on the run. Ritchie finding Walston. We move under 20 minutes to go. Walston to Ritchie. Ritchie and it looks like Greensboro has the ball, but both teams battling for it. Foul called. Ball goes to Averett. Ball up to Zasia Lewis, and she's running now. Off to Peasley. Peasley didn't get it, and Johnson almost there to get to help, but she does keep possession. So Porter with the ball now. So here's Shayla Johnson. Ball comes off of the goal. Cougars moving the ball around, being patient, not really forcing anything. Rocio with it. Cuts across the face of the defense, finds a gap. And she finds the back of the net. Rocio, her third goal of the game. And that's a hat trick, 7-5. Greensboro leads at 7:14 left. Draw at the middle of the field after Averett moves to within 2 now of Greensboro, looking to make a comeback in this game. So Ritchie was so good at winning the draw for her team, wins another one. And that pass looks like it will travel out of bounds unless someone can get to it. And Greensboro player does get to it before it travels out. Richie. Shot saved by Sawall. And so Averett with the ball now. Refs need to bleed the clock a little bit. So we move under 16 minutes left in the game. And this will be Zasia Lewis picking up the ball, and here she goes. Finding Peasley in the back of the net. 7-6. What an assist by Zasia Lewis to find Peasley. 7-6. 15:29 left in the game. Elizabeth Peasley, the 16th goal of her year. Timeout called on the field after the goal from Peasley. Just over 15 and a half remaining in the ball game. 1 goal game. Greensboro leads it. So Richie will win the draw again. No, nothing new there. Richie, the draw winning machine. And here's Greensboro wasting no time. And that was almost Walston. Foul call. Ball goes back to Averett. That ball will go over to Boardway, and Boardway's moving down the field. Cuts past her defender. And Boardway still moving. And now the Cougars with the ball in the attacking position. And that's another goal by Elizabeth Peasley. Elizabeth Peasley's 17th on the season. And I believe that's her 4th on the day. 7-7, all tied up. 14-13 remaining in the game. So after the draw, Greensboro in attacking position. Greensboro got up by 3, and then the Cougars able to come back. Peasley, 2 goals and a goal from Rosia in this second half. And Saw's pass almost turned over. Luckily, number 19, Carolina Earl, was there to save it. So Earl, nice stick check by Greensboro. Foul call. Greensboro will reset. Cougars able to get to it. So here's Boardway. Boardway looked like she was trying to find Rosia. And again, Averett trying to force the ball right now. So here's Cassidy Felt. Felt stick checked. And Felt will grab a yellow card, so she will come and sit down for 2 minutes. Cougars will play a man down now. Not necessarily ideal. And the Cougars playing pressing defense. Zasia Lewis with the ball. She sends it, tries to get it to Peasley. Cougars for the next 2 minutes are going to have to play great defense. Rachel Hale running through the contact. Up to Peasley. Peasley one-on-one. Ref stops the clock. Ball goes to Greensboro. And I think that the ref is trying to call offsides on Averett maybe. So Greensboro gets the ball and they pass it out of bounds, so that will mean that Averett will get the ball back. A lot of people, if you're an Averett fan, screaming, ball doesn't lie there. So we go tied up 7 apiece. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this ball game, and it's getting exciting. Rosia able to hold on to the ball, streaking towards goal. Deja Lewis able to finally hold on to it. And here she goes. And a goal is scored. Goal counts 8-7. Deja Lewis. Your Cougars lead at 10:19 remaining. So starting off at the draw will be Joyce for Greensboro. And number 10, Smith for Averett. Here's Ritchie. Greensboro moving into attacking position quick. Sawall able to save it. After Greensboro kind of forces a shot with Walston. So a heave up the field will more than likely find Zasia Lewis, and it does. Lewis moving now. Now the Cougars are playing with the lead after being down 3. And so Felt back on the field after staying off 2 minutes after the yellow card. Peasley with the ball. And Peasley with the goal for Averett. And that makes it 9-7. With the inside turn to the face of the goal. 9-7 is the score after another Elizabeth Peasley goal. 9:06 remaining in the game. So the Cougars with a 2-goal lead, looking to take down Greensboro for the first time in program history. And a nice stick check off of the draw. And this is Brooke Smith moving. She goes to Shayla Johnson. Johnson will settle into attacking position. Cougars don't want to get comfortable with the lead. They want to keep pushing it out as far as they can. And B. Porter will be fouled. Ball to Rosia. Rosia over to Boardway. Back to Porter. And Shayla Johnson had the ball and had an attempt at goal, but it didn't get far. So Ritchie, the other way for her team. And that's a foul against Walston. Greensboro shot. So Greensboro will get the ball after the shot sails out of bounds. So Ritchie with a nice move. Greensboro trying to find anything they can at this point. 6:30 remaining in the ball game. Joyce. I'm not quite sure what the whistle was for. I believe it's a warning for one of the coaches to stay outside of the lines, but I'm not quite sure. Didn't get a good hear at it. So the game will get started now. Under 6.5 to go in the game. And Joyce will score. That makes it 9-8. Cougars still lead it, but Greensboro within one now of tying this ball game up. 6:15 to go. 9-8. Averett leads. So Greensboro winning the draw, and they're moving now. Straight into their attacking half, wasting no time. Under 6 minutes to go. And I believe that they will call a foul. So I believe this is Richie who will get a free look at goal. And she capitalizes and ties the ball game up. 9-9, a back and forth game we have here. 5:52 remaining, all tied up here at Ronald Avery Stadium. So here's Greensboro back into attacking position. And Greensboro with the goal right out of the draw. That makes it 10-9. Greensboro on a 3-goal streak there. 10-9. Greensboro leads it. 5:38 remaining. Timeout called by Averett. Again, 10-9. Greensboro leads with 5:38 remaining. So Greensboro taking the lead late in the game, 10-9. And the Cougars have to try and bounce back now. And here we go at Rachel Hale. And a very hard check there would be a foul. And that will take Joyce off of the field. So Greensboro will play a man down now. And that benefits the Cougars as they are down one. Peasley with the ball. And if there's anybody that you want with the ball for the Cougars down one, it is Peasley. And that shot almost goes in from Hale, I believe that was. Or Zasia Lewis. And Richie's pass travels out of bounds. And I believe they're going to bleed some of the clock. I think there's a discrepancy with the clock. And so here's Rosia, who showed earlier that she can run. And a foul call. That was against number 6, Roba. Now here's Rosia on the move again. And that pass almost goes out of bounds, but Cougars able to get to it. So here's Peasley now. If you're Greensboro, that's who you don't want to see with the ball. Averett will keep ball. 3:53 remaining. A 1-goal difference. The Cougars have only ever scored under 10 goals one other time while playing at home. Ball over to Rosia. Rosia to Porter. Porter to Peasley. Peasley across the face of the defense. Saved by Carr. Cougars keep possession. Rosia to Hale. Hale with a nice move, but loses the ball in the process. And here's Greensboro the other way. Joyce able to come back on the field. She does. And now she's moving down the field. Cougars sub back in Shayla Johnson. And Joyce's goal goes. That makes it 11-9 with 2:47 remaining. Greensboro leads it. So 11-9, Greensboro leads it late in the game. 2:47 remaining. Pushing foul called, goes to Greensboro. And with 2:45 remaining in the 90-second play clock, Greensboro could really bleed the game clock, or they could go for goal as Joyce is doing here. And she puts it in. That makes it 12-9. Greensboro a 3-goal lead, 2:32 remaining. 12-9. So a 3-goal lead, 2:32 remaining in the game. Greensboro out in front. And Greensboro wins the draw, and here they go. Richie with the ball over to Joyce. And again, Greensboro can bleed this clock all the way down to just about a minute remaining if they wanted to. We saw Joyce had other things in mind last time out. Just pass this ball around. And it would almost be beneficial for Greensboro to take the delay of game call. Or Walston can make a move towards goal and get fouled, so she will get a free position look at goal. And so with 90 seconds on the clock, Greensboro can bleed this all the way out. Under a minute to go. Greensboro 3-goal lead, passing it around comfortably. There's Walston. And the shot sails past the goal. Again, that was from number 14, Madison Blashaw. Ten seconds remaining. Joyce with the ball, making a move towards goal with a 3-goal lead. And Sawall will most likely just hold on to this ball or heave it down the field. 12-9. Back and forth we went. Greensboro went up 3. Averett came back, went up 3. Greensboro went up 1. Cougars came back, and then Greensboro finally ends it by going up 3 again. So 12-9, Greensboro wins it. Cougars can't find that first win against Greensboro in program history here today. Again, final score 12-9. Greensboro comes in and wins against the Cougars. That takes the Cougars to 1-4 on the year, 1-3 in USAC competition. Greensboro undefeated in USAC competition, 1-0 and 2-2 on the year. So for everyone in the sports information department, my name is Eddie Glenn, and I want to thank you for joining us and have a great night.